Now, while 2021 has had some truly awesome games, there has been a few that did not live up to the expectations. Today, I'm going to be taking a very quick look at 5 of what I consider the most disappointing games that was released in 2021 and kind of fell short of what I was hoping for these games to be.
Number 5.
Full of wonderful individual talent, and we have every right to anticipate some.
As a PES fan, there's no way that I can come here and not say that the free-to-play launch of PES 2022 was not an absolute disaster. From the terrible and very glitchy graphics that made the game look like it was nowhere near ready to be released, to the lack of game modes, and the realization that if you want the full experience, you are going to have to end up paying for the game anyway. The PES All eFootball series has well and truly lost its way, and this year's game is definitely one of the worst the series has seen so far. As a die-hard PES fan, I'm definitely hoping that eFootball can turn things around and definitely start to be a better football game in the coming weeks or months, but I'm not so positive.
Number 4.
It's fair to say that Dunk Lords here is probably not the worst game that you would ever play, as there is some fun to be had here. The idea is awesome, mixing games like NBA Jam with games like Streets of Rage. This is basically a 2-on-2 arcade basketball beat 'em up with over-the-top fighting moves. Now the thing is, while at times the game can appear to be on the fun side, Dunk Lords feels like it needed just a little bit more polish. There's an element where the game lacks atmosphere and just a vibe around it, which I do feel is missing. This is a game that is awesome when played with your friends, however the AI tends to either be as dumb as rocks or way too cheap, making single player games more frustrating than anything else. As someone who absolutely loves NBA Street Volume 2, I always do critique these type of games that definitely try and fall within that area, and this game definitely for me falls very short from that bar that I've set. I got it free with Xbox Games with Gold. I think it was either back in June, July or August, one of those months, and I'm happy that I didn't actually have to pay for this game because ultimately it wasn't the best experience, even though, as I said, there is elements where you can have fun with this game with friends.
Get digital.
Focus of notes.
Number 3.
Before it was released, many people were excited about Taxi Chaos as it looked like the spiritual successor to the awesome Crazy Taxi series. Well, the game turned out to be a real disappointment. For me personally, it did feel very repetitive at times, and it felt more like a rip-off of Crazy Taxi than a homage. If people were mad about what The Simpsons Road Rage did, this to me is far worse. The dialogue would repeat at nuisance, the soundtrack was grating, and the game had way too many glitches at launch, glitches that would see the taxi get stuck. Just go back and play the classic Crazy Taxi game or even The Simpsons Road Rage and you definitely would have a better time than probably picking this game up.
In the dark, waiting for us. Made it with a minute to spare.
Taxi! Over here!
Number 2.
Some Diablo scumbag has been pimping his scuzzy bitches in my backyard.
With one of the games that I personally was looking forward to, even when it was leaked and when it was even officially confirmed, and then I had to ask myself, how on earth do you mess something like this up? The Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition should have been a slam dunk. 3 classic GTA games in one package, 2 of which, Vice City and San Andreas, are regarded as some of the best in the franchise history. And me personally, if you do follow the channel, you know how much Grand Theft Auto 3 means to me personally, because it is definitely one of the first Grand Theft Auto games that I really appreciated and made me absolutely fall in love with the series. Unfortunately, the release of Grand Theft Auto, the Trilogy, the Definitive Edition was so bad that they had to issue refunds. Glitches were found all over, from weird graphics falling through the floor and NPCs acting like they were mental. They are going to try and fix this, but the damage has well and truly been done. Personally, I was hoping for a 4K release of those 3 games because I thought that would have definitely been awesome, but just a real polished HD version is all I'm really asking for now.
Welcome to this wonderful
Number
world
1.
of wonder.
There are in
Brought to us by the guys who used to lead the Sonic team, Yuji Naki, Balan Wonderland had many people excited. It looked like it could be a fun and classic style 3D platformer. However, despite the bright visuals, Balan Wonderworld turned out to be one of the blandest and most platforming games released in a very long time. I did find the costume mechanic to be great in theory, but losing a costume in just one hit is very frustrating. Also, while those bright colors look nice in screenshots and videos, there were some people who reported getting headaches and feeling sick after playing this game for a while. They have discounted this game to the extreme, and it is still not enough for people to be interested in it, making it overall probably one of the most disappointing games on this list. Anyway peeps, that was a quick run through of 5 games that I found to be disappointing that I was actually looking forward to being released in 2021. There are some other games that did spring to mind, such as Biomutant, which I thought would have been a really cool game, and it was still a decent enough game, but it still never really hit the mark of my personal expectations. There's probably loads more games that have slipped my mind at this point. So if you had any games that was disappointing that you were really looking forward to being released in 2021, definitely let me know in the comments below and we could definitely chop it up. Anyway peeps, as always, if you did enjoy this very quick urban gameplay video, be sure to smash the like button. Do hit the subscribe button if you haven't subscribed to the channel before. And until next video, we definitely say peace out peeps.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button for more cool urban gameplay videos.